All right, welcome to Cars, Shops, and Collections. I appreciate you watching the show. And today, we've got a shop, we've got a collection, and we've got a character. We're gonna go see Chris Birdsong. He's around the corner. You know him, he's got a successful YouTube show. It's called Junkerup, and he's also on Roadkill Garage. And he's got a bunch of wild Mopars to show us today. So let's get in my Mopar and go see Chris Birdsong. Let's do it. So we met Chris probably about a month ago. He was at one of our other shoots with the crew there, and super cool dude. And we're going back and forth about doing the episode. And I sent him a text message, and I was like, so what exactly do you have? And he's got a ton of cars at his house. And he's got a house in Arizona with even more cars. So it's around the corner here. And I don't even need his exact street address because I see. Is that a Dodge Charger up there?
Them, yeah.
Yeah, we see him up there. That's how you can tell it's Chris's house. Not bad, perfect. General Lee. Nice Charger RT. Oh, hey, kitty cat. Hey, kitty cat. Hey, kitty cat. How are you, man? Hey. It's good to see you. Thanks for doing this, man. No problem. I think you met Gene last time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you.
Hey, Gene, how you doing?
Dude. This is an impressive backyard. Oh, there's more over here, too. Holy cow, man. Dude, there's more. It's endless back here. Dude, this is gonna be good.
All right, guys, my name is Chris Birdsong. I have the YouTube channel Junkerup. I take a lot of junk, race it, have fun with it, even sometimes restore cars. But I'm here today with JC. I'm gonna give him a tour of my little MOPAR playground I have here and just kind of give him a runaround of who I am and what I do.
Dude, thanks again for having us, man. I appreciate it, dude. This is awesome. This is like Mopar paradise back here. I don't even know where to start. Why don't we start
From the beginning?
right here? This is the beginning right here. Tell me about it.
So this is this is original paint. But believe it or not, this hood, this fender, and that passenger door do not belong to this car.
Where do they belong to?
They came off of another donor car.
Okay.
It just happened to have the same patina and
Oh my
matched.
gosh, yeah, look at this, this is a perfect match.
Yeah. This car was totaled back in 1983, and it was all wiped out here. The front end was the side was caved in. And so what I did is I pushed out the quarter panel. The quarter panel was pushed in like 6 inches. So I pushed the quarter panel back out, got everything to where it lined up good, found that replacement door, hood, fender, and I turned this car into my kind of like pro touring daily driver. There's no drivetrain in it right now. I've ended up doing some more upgrades, but it is a 489 stroker based off a 383 low deck, and it has a 6-speed Magnum transmission in it. It has all Willwood brakes, road race suspension. I used a lot of my old NASCAR parts on this too. It's got my old NASCAR brakes on the front, and it's got my NASCAR rear sway bar on it. And then the interior, it has these are just like an aftermarket bucket seat that I had reupholstered to match kind of the original pattern.
Hey, this is not bad inside here, man.
No, I completely restored the inside.
Yeah.
And it has AC. This was my legit daily driver. I mean, really super comfortable, quiet car, but when you wanted to kick it in the butt, it would
go, right?
Oh, yeah. And so I'm doing all the little tedious things like lightning holes. I'm trying to shed a couple 100 pounds off the car just so it's a better handling car.
Okay.
And I went to the extreme of buying all titanium hardware. So
this will make it lighter?
Yeah. That doesn't weigh anything.
No.
So all the body bolts, and I've even pulled the e-brake assembly out and did the old school gun drilling and lightened everything up.
I love your shop here, man. This is your shop back here.
Yeah, this is Tent City.
Yeah, it is Tent City. Because I'm like, hey, what do you have in your shop? You're like, it's not a shop, it's a tent. This is a great setup. This is one of your dirt track cars, right?
It's my dirt track car, and if you notice, see how similar this looks to this car?
Yeah.
So what we did is we took pictures of this car and we had a wrap made to put on this.
Oh yeah,
If you look at
right there, it's kind of peeling up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But if you look at the back of it, it has 69 Charger taillights on it. And look, it even has Krager's.
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's still on there.
Where did you get this passion for cars? Was it always in your blood, or just growing up?
I think maybe my grandfather raced NASCAR back in 1969.
Okay.
And he was only able to do a couple races before just the financials kind of made it to where it just was an unrealistic dream.
Yeah.
But he was state champion in California and won all kinds of races. And and I never even really knew about that till I got older, but I've always loved race cars.
Yeah.
Now, if you'll notice, this is the odd duck. Mm-hmm. This one doesn't blend in, right?
I mean, it's kind of there. It's not too odd.
Well, you got Mopar, 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 Chevy.
I was thinking more of the color.
Oh, so I grew up with this car. This was my dad's car.
Was it really?
Yeah, and so I kind of restored it, but I left the outside the same, so I did all new interior. I restored all the suspensions, got all new, the wheels have been powder coated, red stripe tires, and so.
What year is this?
This is a 1967 Chevelle.
67?
Yep, I rebuilt the motor. I'm still working on it right now. Mm-hmm. The deal with this car is my sister has no muscle cars and she's always wanted one.
Yeah.
So I've been restoring this car to give to her so she'll have our dad's car and then she'll get off my butt about not having a classic car. This jewel right here.
Yeah, there's a great backstory. You're doing some really
cool stuff with
stuff with
this. So if you notice,
this.
it has off-road tires on it.
Yeah, some beefy tires right there.
So I don't know if you know who Doug Schneider, actually you do know Doug Schneider.
Yes.
You did an episode on him.
Yes, uh-huh.
Well, Doug Schneider had his own little Mopar junkyard for a while.
We were there, yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Well, the property ended up getting sold out from under him.
Okay.
And so he had to get rid of all these cars quickly. Well, I bought this car for $600, and at the time I didn't have the money to build it, but I wanted to do something fun with my followers on the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. And so I made a quick video saying, hey, if you guys have anything you would like to donate to this car, I will build this car to exactly what you guys send me. Uh-huh. And so they sent me from the steering wheel cover to the seat covers to the gauges to the 76 ball.
This was all sent by the fans of your show.
To the screwdriver, to the hood scoop, the rear spoiler, and some of their stickers, like other YouTube channels that they donated parts. The boat gas cap, that was from a follower.
All right.
And then so this whole car and the entire brake system was donated. I mean, a lot of stuff was donated. The Howard's Cam sponsored the camshaft for it. The engine itself is a funny story. So I was trying to build this cheap on a budget because I wanted to prove to people that you don't have to spend money to go have fun. Mm-hmm. And I know side-by-sides are really hot right now. They've been hot for a couple of years. Yeah. And there's no more fun you can have than taking an old muscle car and bombing the hell out of it through the desert. Right. And I do that with my General Lee. That's why it's so beat up. Oh, you saw that.
Yeah, we saw you. You offered me a ride along, and I saw the way you drive. I'm like, I'm gonna hold off on that ride along.
So this engine is actually kind of fun. Let me tell you this.
Woo! So was this donated too?
No, the engine. This is the original engine. Okay. I pulled it out and I rebuilt it on the cheap. Not one part went to the machine shop, but it's fully rebuilt. And the cam company, Howard's Cam, when they sent me the cam, they're like, hey, you're gonna need more compression. But the problem with this engine is so low on compression, it wouldn't work with the cam they sent me. Uh-huh. And so I told him, hey, I got a fix for that. And he's like, what are you gonna do? And so what I did is I pulled all the pistons out, and because they have a huge dish and a piston, well, I TIG welded up all the piston to make it flush, and then I made a dome for the piston. And then what I did is I left one piston alone so I could weigh it before and after. Mm-hmm. And so then I cut all the added weight off the bottom of the piston, and then it balanced out perfectly, and now I have a 9.5-to-1 compression motor that works with that cam, and I didn't spend $1 on the machine shop, just gaskets, piston rings, bearings, and I'm all in this car from a $600 beater, and we even went to pick apart and robbed the left front suspension off of a car because it was missing the left front suspension. Mm-hmm. All in on this car, $3 grand. That's it. That's totally all in from a junkyard car. This is a car that I found in North Dakota. That's actually an original luggage rack car.
Was a luggage rack an option?
Yes. This is one of.
I've never seen one with a luggage rack.
This is one of the rare original luggage rack cars.
A Charger? I've never seen the luggage rack.
So this is luggage rack, power windows, cruise control, FM radio, 6-way seat. So the seat, yeah. So it was all options. Uh-huh. Yeah, we can open the door here.
Look inside this thing. That's tight.
Yeah, but power window, I just converted it to a 5-speed, so it's got an aftermarket 5-speed in it. I'm just about done with this one. See, my problem is I get really excited about something, and so I jump on it, and then my eyes kind of look this direction.
I got to get that one to work on it.
Yeah. Yep.
But so this is the power windows right here?
Yes, that's the original power window switches, yep. Yeah, the seat's not mounted yet.
That's all right, yeah, I felt that.
Yep.
Interior kind of matches my jacket. Is this under the cover for a reason? Just
no, I was
protecting
just going to lift the cover and show you this. Derek, you want to help me for a second?
This is your
Yeah, it's my buddy.
your buddy here?
Yeah.
This is Derek. Derek? Derek.
Yeah. So this car here, I was
Is
building.
this not wild? Am I looking at this one? I'm looking here. Is this not wild? I mean, this is your backyard, dude. This is so cool.
So this car here just has a measly little 318 two-barrel in it that makes about 200 horsepower. Ooh. No, just kidding. It's a 1200. Yeah. It's a 1200 horsepower 6.1 Kenny.
1200 horsepower?
Yeah.
Did you put that in?
Yes. Yeah, I did all the plumbing. I modified the firewall. This car I got out of Minnesota. It was right on the border of Canada. This is actually a 69 Super B that was turning into an A12 clone. And it just has a tiny little, wimpy motor in it. Nothing special. Just oh, I forgot.
Oh, yeah, I forgot what's under the...
Yeah, it's a Hellcat motor.
Dude, where'd you get the Hellcat motor from?
So that is actually the engine out of David Freiberger's General Mayhem Charger.
You just bought it from him, or?
Yeah. Yeah, so you notice it has that's the nitrous kit they had on it. And that right there, that looks like a battery, right?
Yeah.
No, but I made that to be my cold air intake and kind of hide the ugly air cleaner.
Okay.
So your air comes in here and the air cleaner's inside there, but I wanted it to look like a battery.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put the dummy post up here so that way if you needed to jump start, you could actually hook up to those leads that will...
And jump start the...
So I made the whole core support. I made all the factory coolers and everything fit the car. And then I jammed it because we're gonna paint it later.
Yeah. Behind me, this is the Super Beater, right?
Yeah, this is
what you're taking out to Matt's.
Yeah, this, that, and a couple other cars. I've got a 2004 NASCAR Busch Series car. So we're taking that to Matt's, this, that, and then one of my personal Roadkill cars.
Okay.
But this was an original 1970 Super B. This thing was a rotted hunk of poopy.
Yeah.
And it was not worth restoring. I mean, you see that car behind me, that Charger is being built from just a roof skin.
Okay.
Nothing under that roof is original. And so this car here, it could have been the same, but the problem was it was missing the fender tag. This dash is not original to the car, so then this VIN tag is not original. The only reason we threw this on here is because we needed something to hold the steering wheel up.
That's why you put it up here.
Yeah, and this car's never gonna be registered, so we just threw it on there. Like this car, we turned into our adult go-kart. It's a badass adult go-kart. It's only going to weigh 2,800 pounds. It's going to have 550 horsepower in it.
What engine's going in here?
It's actually around the corner. I still got to finish putting it together. As I say, I got so much work to do.
And the event we're talking about, Matt's, is happening on starts Friday?
15th, yes. I got 11 days.
So you've got 11 days to get this thing
race
up
ready.
And running.
Yeah.
Race ready, and you'll have it done.
Yeah.
I'm doubting you.
I'm waiting on suspension from QA1. I'm waiting on brakes from Willwood. If you look at the rear clip, I had to make the entire rear clip because the frame rails, everything was rotted. It was all gone.
Here's what I love though, because I kind of following this build, and I mean, you rescued this thing and bringing it back to life. Yeah, Frankensteining it together, but this thing was going to just rot its life away.
No one was going to restore this car.
Yeah.
That, and it actually was Crusher food. It was in line for the Crusher up in North Dakota.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Or actually, it was Minnesota. And my buddy got it.
How cool is this? So the original Super B on the back here.
See, a lot of people mistaken this because they see the orange paint. They're like, oh, that car's not that bad. But what the problem is, the paint is the only thing holding the car together. Everything, if you look at over there, everything below that line was missing.
Yeah. Now
that's not cut, that's rotted.
Oh, yeah.
So, the frame rails, the trunk, the quarter panels.
You sandblast this when you got it, or just clean it down?
No, I just cut it all out.
Cut it all out?
What was left of it, I cut it out. We actually drove this thing with the rotted rails that were in it, and we were out bombing it around.
I think I saw you, yeah.
Well, we ended up hitting a tree trunk that was kind of buried in the tall grass. This thing had no brakes. It had no brakes, it had no doors, it had no seat, no nothing. What we did is we threw a tire on the rotted floor because the tire was wide enough to hold us in. And then we've got a big ratchet strap, and we ratchet strapped ourselves to the car. That's how we drove it.
Something like you do as a kid, like the go-kart growing up. You'd be kind of rope to tie yourself in and just go.
So this car has been so much fun because it's such a piece of crap, but we have so much fun with it. And so now this is like Super Beater 2.0.
Is this the original trunk?
Yeah, and you can see it's not good. It's all rotted out.
Yeah, but I'm looking inside here though.
But yeah, but see, value-wise, nobody would want this because it's so rotted out there. Like 70 Super B fenders are very valuable because people build Super Birds out of those fenders. The problem is these fenders are so rotted, nobody's gonna do anything with them. That's the only reason those fenders are still on the car. See right here?
Yep.
This is the better side. Everything under this is worse. And so that's the only reason these fenders are still on the car.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna put a floor in or no?
No, that's air conditioning.
This is it?
Yeah,
this is how you're gonna race the car?
Yeah, well, I'll have to put something right here just so my foot doesn't drag the ground.
Yeah.
But
stuff line up too.
But you can see the frame rails, the torch, it was all rotted. I had to put subframe connectors in it. I had to put this cage in it just to keep the car from blooming onioning apart.
How fast do we have this thing out in the track?
The autocross in Vegas, I think they usually set it to keep it under 75 miles an hour, just for insurance reasons. But when we take this thing to like Willow Springs or something like that, we'll probably be doing like 130 in this. But the way I look at this car is another one of those cars to where, okay, this car's not restorable. I mean, it could be restorable, but you'd be an idiot to restore it because there's much better ones out there. Now, there's two ways you can look at this, is we're destroying the car because we're not restoring it, or we're preserving the car for future restoration, and why not let us enjoy the hell out of it in the meantime?
Yes. My eyes are, oh man, this is cool from the side too.
See, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna run the exhaust out of the quarter panels and all that, yeah.
You're saving this car.
Yes.
You know, you saved this car.
You know what, this car may never get restored in its life because people say when it leaves our hands, that guy might have so much fun with it, he'll never restore it. So this may turn into just a lifelong, just badass car you can bomb around.
So when you're done with it, after you race it, you sell it or you can keep it for a little bit?
No, we're gonna keep it. Yeah. It'll be too much fun to get rid of. Like, I mean, I used to do shiny restored cars. It got too boring. It's just they're all the same car with different color.
Yep.
And so
this is character.
Yeah.
Well, this is cool, man. Dude, thank you so much for sharing this stuff with us, and we're gonna follow along the Super Beater.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to driving. That thing's gonna be a blast. I'm hoping that we'll put a hurting on these pro touring guys.
I think you will. I think you will, man. If you want your car, shop, or collection featured on the show, then shoot us an email at carsshopsandcollections@gmail.com. That's carsshopsandcollections@gmail.com. And thanks for watching, and be sure and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes of Cars, Shops, and Collections.